People of the YouTubes and the Twitch and the Minecrafts. Oh. Hello. I'm Randy Bishop and I am streaming from the Astraea SMP, and today we are going to have a very boring stream. I'm just kidding. A very chill stream, that's how we put it, right? Hey Gabe, thank you for joining the chat on Twitch, no less. No one joins on Twitch. So yeah, what we are going to do today is go back into the trial chambers, the one that we covered all the spawners for last week, and we are going to clear out as much copper as possible because I still need a ton of copper because I'm building a massive bridge that is 350 meters long, which is a quarter mile in the Imperial system. So yeah, need a lot of copper. Luckily, a bunch of my server mates have gifted me copper, so it's gotten me pretty far, but I mean, it's pretty much like we are entering the copper age. No amount of copper. I think I could probably just steal every bit of copper from the server and still not have enough. First though, I need to, these stupid bees keep getting stuck back here. I'm debating on changing the aesthetics here and removing the glass because they just love to get stuck in there. The only way to get them out, unless they just come out by themselves, is usually to grab a flower and tempt them. So let me do that really quick. All the rest of the bees are gonna start joining me now. Hey guys, hey, get out of there. Why are you back there? If you're not familiar with my little, they're gonna knock me down. My little beehive situation here. I essentially have all the redstone kind of hidden behind like a glass cage, you know. I think what happens is when they leave their nests, even though they're only supposed to leave out the front, I think they phase through this block behind them and then end up back there. So I might just remove that glass, but I don't know. I'll debate. That'll be a future Randy problem. All right, let's, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Well, let me first return that flower, silly. And let's head down to the mines, head down to the trial chambers and start mining away. Hopefully, this is my second stream in a row. Usually I only stream once a week, but yesterday we had our big skateboard tournament that I hosted. It turned out absolutely fantastic. Everybody had a really, really good time, and there will be more of those tournaments in the future. So yeah, I'm a little, my hoarse voice, a little bit from talking so much yesterday, a 3-hour stream, and now I'm gonna do this stream, which will, you know, probably be an hour and 40 minutes or whatever, but I'll power through. I also worked, you know, my 9 to 5, so I'm making a lot of excuses right now. Yeah, Gabe, it was amazing. You know, Gabe in chat just said it was amazing. Gabe walked away with a trophy, the bronze, right? You guys got third, I think. And yeah, everybody but my team walked away with a trophy, unfortunately. I was filling in for old Schlegdog. Oh, jeez, I thought that was a spawner. It's just the vault. I was filling in for old Schlegdog, the player on the server that could not make it due to some technical issues. So I filled in and I tried my best, but yeah, competition was stiff. Everybody on Astraea, they figured out Scute board very quickly and completely surpassed my skill level for sure. All right, so yeah, this room is completely empty, and I am going to, sorry, this room has not been touched rather, but all the spawners I already went through, as you can see right there, all the spawners I went through and covered with stone, so there's no real risk. There's gonna be no like action like last time. This is just gonna be a pretty chill, talky stream. Hopefully you guys have maybe questions for me in chat or something, or, you know, some conversation that can keep things going, but if not, you know, I'll just talk to myself. That's totally fine. I can, won't be the first time. All right. I also need tough, so I shouldn't return all those, but I might do a second trip for the tough because I don't need as much tough as I do copper, especially this oxidized, fully oxidized and fully waxed. This stuff is like gold right now, because that's why that's why I started the episode in the bee farm, is because I have been AFKing to get honeycomb. I converted almost all of my dispenser I have like a beehive dispenser kind of auto farm, converted all but one into shears, you know, honeycomb versus the honey bottles, just to try to get as much as possible, because it is a struggle to have this many block. I mean, we're talking like 4 shulker boxes a trip to 4 shulker boxes of copper a trip to build a section, not the whole thing, just a section of the bridge that I'm building. That's a spoiler. Yeah, I'm building a bridge. Actually, no, I mentioned that already. I've mentioned that multiple times. No spoiler. A bridge from my island to the gaming district, which is where we had the skateboard tournament. So yeah, let me put a torch in my hand just so you guys can see what's happening here. Yeah, so again, 350 blocks approximately, just a touch over 350 blocks from my island to the gaming district. So it is a lot of work in the design, which I will disclose if you guys are interested. I will disclose the design. Whoops. I will disclose the design later in the stream if you guys are nice. more appropriately would be if you guys are interested. If no one shows up, I might save that for the episode. All right. I've already cleared out, I think, 2 rooms of this. This is one of the larger ones, but yeah, I think I've cleared out 2. Actually, one of them was the really large one, this one that I entered in, because this has 2 floors. So this I cleared out here and down here. Let me zoom out so you can kind of see through the floor. Yeah, I cleared all that out. And then one way over here. Yeah, I think, right? Nope. This is very unimportant to you. There's another one around here somewhere that I cleared out. Maybe upstairs? I don't know. Oh, right over here. Yeah, right here. So all this I cleared out, but not the steps down, so I gotta do that as well. So a lot left to do in this trial chamber. I'm pretty confident that this trial chamber will provide me with all the copper that I need. It's just gonna be a matter of mining it out and, you know, grinding it out. All right, hopefully I have enough shulker boxes to carry all this stuff. Might actually have to go to Birdie's shop. Birdie is a player on the server who has a shop called, I think, Shells and Skulls, or Skulls and Shells, or something like that. He sells shulker shells and wither skeleton skulls. Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of work for sure. The unoxidized, you know, just the regular copper is of least interest to me, because that I have to unwax and oxidize, and I'm using none of it in my build, but I'm gonna take it out anyways, because I have a feeling I am going to have to dip into those reserves in order to complete the build. So priority 1 is this stuff. This is the gold stuff, you know, right here. Fully oxidized, fully waxed, but I will clear out all of it, just in case. Yeah, I posted the skateboard tournament VOD. It's over 3 hours, so totally understand if that's not your cup of tea. But it was very, very fun. Everybody had a really good time. Very much enjoyed the game. So hopefully some of you other Minecrafters out there that play on servers or play with your friends, hopefully it inspires somebody to build the same game. I mean, I'm totally down for that would be super thrilling and exciting for me if someone actually built skateboard, which is essentially shuffleboard with armadillos. You whack them with stone swords, and with knockback 2 on the stone swords, under the effective weakness in it. It's a perfect combination because it gives basically very little damage to the armadillos, and knocks them as far as knockback 2 can knock things. So fairly far. I have a video on my YouTube channel that shows the build in kind of fast forward, time-lapse mode. So if there is interest of me slowing that down, doing like a more moderately paced tutorial, I'm open to it, but just gotta wait for interest, because I'm definitely not going to do that unless people are asking for it. All right, Gabe. Yeah, Gabe in chat. It definitely inspired me. Probably gonna make my own game. Yeah, that's even better. Are you planning, or are you thinking of making your own game that has the mechanic of armadillos, or just something completely unique and completely different rather? These trial chambers are so kind of weird. Oh, not sure yet. It's just maybe something completely different. Yeah, there are so many different things. I mean, Minecraft mechanics, especially the more recent years, and all the different mobs and items that they've been adding that are fairly unique. I'm sure there's a lot of games that are out there that have not even, we haven't even scratched the surface, rather, of different games that you could create. Even though, it's a game that's been around for a very long time, I still think there's a lot that has yet to be discovered when it comes to game design. I think I'm good. Okay, I think I'm good. Good, okay. I'm just gonna rock it up here. Lazy way. All right. What is this actually an upper, yeah, that's an upper floor. Well, I'll take it down anyways. I'm totally gonna fall through there when I go back up. Bark my words. I will fall through that hole that I just made. All right, Gabe said definitely going to test some mechanics, see what I like, then make some plans. Yeah, for sure. I am working on another game. It's gonna be a doozy though. I want to finish this bridge first so I can have a way back and forth between the gaming district without having to use a bunch of rockets. But my next game is going to be more of a PvE style game. So kind of like a time trial PvE, but I'm going to model it after a classic game. Think of Etho in the most recent Hermitcraft. He modeled, he basically made Frogger. So that kind of classic game, like one of those very timeless classic games. I'm going to enter into Minecraft using Minecraft mechanics, and it's going to involve some PvE stuff. However, it is going to be a lot more involved as far as creation than Skateboard. Yeah. Ethos, sorry, Gabe in chat said, oh, that sounds interesting. With Ravagers, yeah. With Ravagers, he made Frogger. Ravagers, and I think he has a zombie in there as well. But yeah, Ravagers are in minecarts. So you're basically crossing the road, and the cars are Ravagers in minecarts versus cars like they would be in Frogger. So definitely up in the same vein as that when it comes to applying Minecraft mechanics to a classic game. Whoa, that was a weird lag bump. It's kind of, I don't even know what happened there just then. All right. These zombies always freak me out. Like, I'm just hoping that one doesn't pop out. Not that I can't take them down in my full netherite gear, so, except for the wings. I don't think it'll be too much of a fight. I don't know if there's like an ideal, efficient way of clearing one of these out. I'm just kind of like haphazardly following where my eyes go. There's probably far better ways. Ooh, I'm almost hitting the beat of the song. I should write all my songs to the rhythm of Minecraft mining, as far as the beats per minute. Oh, that's pretty accurate. Okay, all right, I gotta put some of this stuff away. It's starting to pile up. All right, let's do this first. Yeah, I make my own songs, Gabe. Yeah. All right, man, my eyes are shot today. I should have put on glasses. It's from staring at a computer for 8 hours for my day job before I even started this one. All right, let's see. Usually separate it by like fully oxidized and non-oxidized. It keeps me sane as far as the chest that I have in my storage space. It matches that organization, so. What software do I use? For creating music, I use Reason. Used to be made by Propellerhead, but they just changed their name to Reason now. That's the IDE that I use. Not IDE, the DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. IDE is Interactive Development. Anyway, yeah, that's the DAW that I use. I've used Cubase in the past, and I've used Pro Tools as well, but for creating the music that I do for Minecraft, I've been leaning really heavily into Reason because it has all the synths and sequencers and all that stuff. But my band, actually, we've been using Reason for a little while too, just to actually record like, uh-oh, there's gonna be something back there. Just to record like regular, rock music, because, oh, yeah. Come on, buddy. Because it has a lot of features that are pretty helpful for even just regular, recording artists that aren't doing electronic music. It does lack a lot of like the real deep creature features for Reason, that is, for recording, like tracking live bands. However, it makes up for it with some of the fake instrumentation stuff, the sequencing and synths and stuff. Yeah, like this stuff. Like, is this... trial chambers are so strange at times. Like, they kind of like... They expand farther than you would assume they expand. Like that light was doing nothing. Oh, there's a batch of tuff back here too. Yeah, like right here. It's like under the deep slate. I had like a double or almost triple wall actually in this other room that I was digging in. Just kept on going. There's lights and all kinds of stuff. It was like they generated, almost like the procedural generation kind of generated on top of it itself. Yeah, it is questionable at times. Gabe in chat said Minecraft generation is questionable. Yeah, I've read a recent Reddit post complaining about after caves and cliffs, it's gotten kind of ridiculous. And if you think about it, like, especially village generation, where it'll generate a village on like one of those shattered savannas or something, it's literally leaning off a cliff. Like the villager is certain doom, if he like takes one step east or something. So yeah, that is, I think it's a valid complaint. I think they should, I understand the caves and cliffs update added, obviously deep caves and tall cliffs and everything, but a little bit of flat land doesn't hurt anybody. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to have everything be on a cliff, on this precipice of a mountain or something. It's like you could actually have some prairies and meadows that are flat and expansive. And those are actually like few and far between now. You have to search out to find anything that's flat. Birdie in chat, that's my one issue with 1.18 plus miss old plans. Yeah, exactly. That's what the Reddit post was basically saying. And like I said, I have to agree with him. I love caves and cliffs. I love the mountains. I love the cliffs and everything. But I think they went a little, the pendulum swung a little too hard in the abstract, as it were, landscape. Like everything is you know, the hobbits making their way to Mount Doom or something. Everything has to be like New Zealand or something. Yeah, so Gabe said, especially the farms and the acacia ones, though, they generate so weirdly on hills. Yeah. Savannas are still fairly, unless you're talking about the shatter ones, they're still fairly flat, but I mean, that's the reason that I flattened my island, that I spent all that time running TNT dupers, fly machines over my island to flatten it out, because I thought it was a jungle with some badlands, so that's exactly what I was searching for to build on, but it was like this crazy hill, and just, you know, almost like a volcano, like straight up, which is cool if that's what you want, but I wanted those two biomes next to each other and it to be a little more flat. Of course, I made it a lot more flat. I have a video on my YouTube that just a short, and it has a little time lapse of the before and after of what I've done to my island. Just basically the training, you know, the terraforming of flattening it with the flying machines. And I've noticed a lot of dislikes on that video. I think people are proclaiming that they preferred it before I flattened it. So, whatever. I also get a lot of dislikes on my skateboard videos, for that matter, because I think people are sensitive to smacking armadillos with swords. Whatever. I mean, the ratio is still fine. I still get more likes than dislikes, but it's like, guys, we haven't killed an armadillo yet. I did when I was making the game, but I had to figure out the right combination. Oh, thanks, Gabe. Yeah, he said, yeah, I saw that crazy work. Yeah, thank you. It was crazy work too. That took over a few weeks, like probably 3 or 4 weeks. Not solid working on it, but just some weekends. Actually, I worked I think one of the weekends I worked 26 hours on it total. I only know that because I retrieved it from the flashback footage. Yeah, it was quite an undertaking. It was brutal. One of the most brutal projects, and I'm signing up for another one with this bridge. This bridge is going to probably take me even longer than that, because I was just looking at my flashback footage so far, and I only have the 2 main towers on one side of the bridge done, and that's taken me 6 hours. So I can only imagine how long it's actually going to take me to do the main archway of the bridge. Yeah, exactly, Gabe. No armadillos were harmed in the making of skateboard. I did proclaim that at some point, but no armadillos have been harmed by the plane. But yeah, it was a little white lie as far as no armadillos harmed making it. Because, you know, you got to dial these things in. It was a creative world, though. You know, mobs don't really count in creative worlds. Oh, man. Speaking of new Minecraft mechanics, those mannequins that they're planning on bringing in, that's gonna be a different kind of thing for world building, especially if they have a vanilla way of acquiring them, which I know that they haven't disclosed any sort of plan for a vanilla way of acquiring them. I mean, mainly I think they've been targeting map makers. However, if they did have a vanilla way, that would be an insane game changer, especially for SMPs like Astraea. Yeah, Gabe comment, wait, what? I haven't heard about this. Yeah, the newest Java snapshot has a feature called mannequins. So they're essentially NPCs that have the skin of a player and inventory, and they're basically players that can be killed. They have health. They have 20 health and everything that a player would have. The only real meaningful difference is that they don't have they don't get attacked by mobs. So you can spawn them in the world, at least yet. You know, this is like one snapshot, so who knows what direction Mojang will take it. But yeah, the idea is to formally bring in NPCs into Java for map makers, I think, so you don't have to do it through a mod. That's what I've heard, at least. But people have already done mirrors. So you basically put glass in the middle of a room, and then you can very easily, just through commands, make the mannequin follow your exact moves, hold the exact inventory, and it'll have your skin, obviously, because you can just swap out any skin. So yeah, it's a really cool, neat idea that I would definitely recommend checking out. I think Exuma from Hermitcraft has a video on it. Just brief right now, obviously, because it's really in its infancy. Yeah, make immersion mirrors, exactly. Like you could do, like, I'm just spitballing, like right off the top of my head. You could do a mirror game, where you're trying to like both sides of the room, like say this, like let's do this. Like this side of the room has your what do you call it, your mannequin, and this side of the room has me. And then there's like a jump on only that side, but you have to like pay attention and jump using your character over here, because you're only controlling your character, and make your mannequin pass through like a puzzle or something. That would be so cool. Or you can have your mannequin literally do the opposite move of you. So you're doing like a left and it goes right, and then try to solve a puzzle that way using the NPC. That would just be so cool. Just weird like puzzle games and stuff is where my mind goes immediately. Obviously we're far away off. I don't even know if it's going to be in like a vanilla feature or anything, but that could be neat. Even for map makers, that could be very neat. Yeah, I would love something like that too. Gabe. All right, let me see. Still a lot to go in this room. I might just clear out this room and then start getting more supplies together for the middle. I'm doing like the middle third of the bridge right now, and I would like to actually see how much I have to do. Alright. This is my junk bin. I already popped a bunch of junk into. I think this might be a different room. Yeah. Oh, no, this is the same room. This is the same room now. This is probably through the floor. No, it isn't. Alright. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Okay. Since I have just strays in the chat, what are you guys working on in Astraea right now? I know, Gabe, you're working on your base probably and a video, I'm assuming. No spoilers, but I did look in the dynamic map and I saw what you're building. It looks really cool. I like your gradient. I don't know what you're working on, Birdie, though. You've been on the server for so long, you're probably like struggling to come up with things to work on. Birdie is one of the OGs. Well, maybe not technically an OG. I don't even know. I don't know, Birdie. I don't want to like misspeak or anything, but I know you've been on the server for a very, very long time. Yeah, so Birdie is working on building up a forest with a few different trees. And oh, I did see that in dynamic map. Those trees are looking cool. And those are all original designs, right? You're like trying not to like lean on tutorials or anything like that, which is cool. It's a good challenge. And I joined on like day 2 or something. Yeah, and Gabe said, yeah, thanks. It is for a video I'm planning. Yeah, your base is looking pretty sweet. You moved right to like an island or something like that. Trying to implement some lore into my builds. It's from Gabe. That's always cool. I always have this like background lore. I try to spend more time with it. It's my like creaking kind of thing. I don't know if you've seen any of those videos on my channel. But like I wrote a book in the library and everything that goes over some of the details of it. Well, hints at some of the details of it, I guess. And it's always something I want to spend a little bit more time on, but it's just like I only have so much time, so I end up focusing more on the builds and the games and stuff like that. But I do have more plans for that lore to take it in a really cool direction, but it's going to take quite a bit of work. Basically, I'm making an island that are sort of, islands that are at war. If I watch Attack on Titan, I don't think I have. Is that an anime? And Birdie said, I did look for a few just to learn the basics for tree tutorials. But aside from that, I came up with a block palette shaping. I have a download of Hermitcraft 9 World where like 10 hours of playtime just from looking at trees. Yeah. Whose trees are you looking at? B-dubs? Actually, did B-dubs do? Yeah, he did some crazy. He did a crazy big tree in his diorite tower thing. That big white tree, right? Something like that. And then probably Gem. I'm assuming Gemini Tay would have some trees. It's an animal that you're basing your first island on. That's Gabe. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Anime. Yeah, that's what I figured. I read it as animal, but in my mind it was like, he probably means anime. Yeah. Really? Did I actually click those? Oh, they're right there. They're right in front of my face. Ooh. Pop. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, hoping, this is Birdie, hoping to find some trees either by Scar or B-dubs, because I knew like theirs and came up short on it. Yeah, I think B-dubs mainly, his tree build seems to be centered around 10, season 10, which obviously will be available soon, so. But yeah, he's got those really cool, like evergreen, spruce, or fir, or whatever type trees in 10 that his little forests that are amazing, absolutely amazing looking. I did heed his advice as far as the leaf palette that I used. I did the whole birch in the middle, spruce on the bottom, and azalea on the top, and it does create a perfect shade. Yeah, B-dubs is, in my opinion, B-dubs is the best builder on Hermitcraft. But I hate to do the, thief is comparison as the Thief of Joy or whatever. I hate to like compare everybody, but in my like style and what I enjoy, B-dubs is second to none for Hermitcraft. There's other builders that are just absolutely amazing too, but obviously not on Hermitcraft. But another builder that I'm always blown away by is Six Wings. He's got a YouTube channel. He builds in creative, but so they're just these massive, like impressive builds, and it's mainly like medieval style. Or Edwardian, just different like older styles and stuff like that. But that guy is just absolutely insanely good. Come on. I know I have some ladders in my inventory. There we go. All right. Man, I am not placing my torches down enough. Mobs are gonna be spawning all over the place. Alright, that should definitely light it up enough. Alright, let's get up there. This stuff is also worth its weight in gold, this copper grates. I wish this was oxidized, obviously. There are areas where it is oxidized in this here trial chamber, but I'll take it how I can get it. What is my favorite mod that I use on the server? That is coming from Gabe. Favorite mod. Well, let's take a look. So 3D skin layers, that's just for my skin, obviously, or other player skins. Apple skin just shows me how much saturation I have and shows the eating animation. Armor poser is pretty sweet. That is a pretty sweet one. Axiom, obviously only creative. Better clouds I would love, but Sumi took our clouds away, and I don't think they're coming back. Better stats. Bobby mod, that's super functional. I mean, if you're straight up like great mobs, I mean, or great mods, you know, you can see really far. Chat heads, yeah, that's fine. Continuity, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Continuity's cool. Cubes without borders, debugify, blah blah blah. Performance. Flashback. I mean, I built my entire YouTube career on this mod, so it's pretty important to me. Without flashback, I don't think I would do all the crazy cinematic stuff that I do with replay. You know, replay is so unintuitive to me and so frustrating to use. I would never ever try to approach it if I didn't have flashback. Iris is pretty cool. That brings in shaders, dynamic lights, Lightmatica. I mean, that's pretty critical to me as a builder too, because I usually, you know, build in creative and bring it over. To do my little Minecraft mini HUD. Mini HUD is helpful, you know, functional. Let's see, what else do I have? This one I haven't used on the server, but you can actually record player movement and then bring it back in. I think you can actually do it on the server. Definitely can do it in regular survival worlds. Not enough animations. Skin shuffle, sodium, tweaker. I'd have to say flashback, which, you know, obviously isn't really like anything while you're playing. You know, it's not going to change anything while you're playing, but it's such a critical mod for me nowadays for making videos that, yeah, it's got to be my favorite. Oh my god, if I fall down one more time. Yeah, flashback is great. Somebody messaged me after that whole corruption fiasco saying I'm likely never going to get my clouds back, and I'm kind of sad about it. I agree with you, Birdie. We should protest. I fully agree. Clear skies is all right, but it's kind of sad. I really like the clouds. I think in vanilla, every picture now, every flashback, all this stuff is just a little less because of no clouds. I think he could solve it. I think he just got frustrated because he explained it to me that there's a data pack on the server to expand the build height to 1000 or whatever, 1024 or whatever you guys expanded it to. And that data pack, as he put it, is not of good quality, I should say. And something with that data pack, because you have to, the reason there's no clouds in the server, from my estimation, assuming he hasn't said this straight up, but from my research, the reason that there's no clouds is because in Minecraft 1.21. What are we on, 6? Mojang added a variable called cloud height to the dimension values. So each dimension basically has a cloud height variable. And if that variable is missing, clouds will not appear. So I think what happens when we updated the server, assuming didn't update that data pack, which, you know, changes the height of the world, therefore that Mojang or Minecraft sees that variable as missing. So thus it's treating clouds like it would in the end dimension where, you know, there are no clouds. So you could just add the variable, but I'm not sure if Asumi was just trying to add it or if he was trying to update the data pack even further or what. But yeah, that's what caused all the headache, which I guess is an artifact of, as far as the headache, it's an artifact of when you increase your build height. It ends up changing a lot more of the underlying code than you anticipate. So yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, I think I did solve it, Birdie. And the issue though, again, is it's not as simple as like just solving the issue. It's because the complication is the fact that that data pack changed the world height essentially, the build height rather. And the build height, as soon as you change that, it's just you're in for a world of hurt, to put it bluntly. I'm not sure, maybe there might be a way for him to like copy the world file, this save file, into like a different build and experiment from there. That's the thing though, like these Minecraft servers, oftentimes like the hosting provider, they won't provide you with like a staging or testing environment like in regular software. I'm a software developer by trade, so that's really critical to like be able to update your server safely in my purview. So it'd be really nice if like a hosting provider would give you that option to like do an update, test it, do another update, test it, you know, that kind of thing in a separate environment. But obviously that's like, you're literally duplicating all your bandwidth, storage needs and everything. What are you doing over there? Sorry, bro. You no more. Yeah, I'd rather him not mess with it either, because if the past year's worth would be wiped, that would be very frustrating. I know this time, last time that happened, I was like, I was pretty burned out after, because I spent like a good 3 or 4 days building, you know, I dug underground to build an iron farm. It was only my first like week on the server. So I was using like crappy tools and everything, and I did all that, and then it completely got erased. You know, I got villagers, I got like a pillager in place to scare the villagers to you know, as an iron farm, combined iron farm with a villager breeder, and all that happened when the last data, and that was the server's fault. It had nothing to do with Asumi or the data pack or anything. All that was wiped out, and that just sucked. I was very demoralized. So this time CV, I think, lost a bunch of terraforming and stuff, so I understand, like, not wanting to mess with it. That's what I mean by, like, a staging server, though. If you could get everything, like, straightened on the staging or testing server before you even bother with your production server, then you know exactly what to update, and you know that it's tested, you know that it's not going to break anything. Because your staging or production, or your staging or testing will be a mirror of production. But that's easier said than done, because I'm not sure of our server agreement or really anything beyond the fact that we have a server. Yeah, this last time I didn't even, I was on vacation, so I didn't even log onto the server. I didn't lose anything. I really lucked out. But yeah, I saw Birdie on your, I think it was a Discord image where like all your cats or something were suffocating. Like, oh my god, that would suck. Yeah, okay, yeah, Brady, I don't think anyone has made use of the increased height yet, so I don't think it would hurt to either change out the data pack or get rid of it entirely. Yeah, I don't think it's that simple, unfortunately, though, because when you change it, it does something with, when it spawns new chunks, it like spawns them in a way that will basically corrupt your world if you change that variable down, if you decrease that variable back down to its original value. My understanding. I haven't done a tremendous amount of research on that, though. I don't want to push too hard because, like, Asumi gets irritated with me. Start sending these messages, and I'm like, I technically I have a programming team that reports to me. Like I'm a lead person at my organization. I'm trying not to dox myself here. And I could utilize those individuals to help. So I pointed that out to Asumi, but he did not take me up on it. So that's fine. Not gonna push. I totally understand. I'm not necessarily yeah, I've only been around for a few months, so who knows what this might be all one big grift to get a hold of the server and destroy everything. Hey, Marsha. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining the chat. We are on the Astraea SMP. I am mining out a trial chamber to get a ton of copper for a very large build that I'm working on, which if you stay around for long enough, you'll see the sneak peek. I have a Lightmatica schematic already on the server loaded in, and I will show what I'm working on after I clean out at least this room. We got 44 minutes into the stream, so yeah, that's about an hour or so, I think, and it'll be enough trial chamber clearing out for anyone to enjoy. Those I need, though. Those I need. Let's get over there and get them. Again, these grates, man. That's the gold. That's the ticket. My fish is barking. What should I do? I have no idea. Answer the door? I don't know. That's it? No, there's still more. See you, CV. All right, that is that. Let's get up to that second level again and continue clearing things out. Well, the mood got really somber with the song. Ooh, man, I'm leaving stuff on the table. Oh, that's because I'm full. All right, let's go down there. Yeah, I'm full. Okay. Put some stuff away. Oh wow, I'm really full. Can't even get my shulkers out. Ah! There we go. Okay. I can't see worth crap right now. I really should have put on my reading glasses. That's how old I am. Because again, I was staring at a computer all day for work and I cannot distinguish these copper blocks from one another. I think I got it though. Great, great. And bulb, and bulb. And I'll just leave this in here for right now. Maybe I'll put it away. Yeah, maybe I'll just put it in something else. Just so it clears up the inventory spaces. Definitely don't need this. And definitely don't need this. There's always more, exactly. There's always more. All right. Let's go up there and get the leftovers. That breaking sound always freaks me out. I don't know if you guys can hear the block sounds, but the copper bulb makes like a glass shattering sound, kind of like glass, and yeah, it always makes me think I forgot like my silk touch or something, or even though I don't even know if you have to silk touch these guys. Maybe you can just pick them up. Let's keep on doing this along this edge first. Should I? Yeah, let's bridge over there. Oh, come on, really? Ooh, I'll take these chains too. Might as well. I mean, I got like a crazy iron farm, but whatever. I'll take them anyways. Alright, some stuff definitely dropped. Where is it? Okay, the chain's dropped. I'm gonna turn on hitboxes so I don't miss anything. Boop. And boop. Alright. I think that's it for that stuff. I might leave some of this other stuff and just get out and start working on something else because I'm starting to get bored of this. As I mine more. Is that the end of this room? Or this is that... Okay, we're entering into another room now. Here's my chicken. I hatched that chicken when I took on the trial chamber. One of the dispensers was throwing eggs, so I grabbed it, threw it, and I got lucky. We're doing pretty good. Thank you for joining the chat. Neon, how was your stream? I think you streamed, maybe it's your birthday today or something like that, or birthday was yesterday or something. But happy birthday, regardless, and hopefully your birthday stream went well. For Neon Gaming Adventure. Whoops, missed. Yeah, I remember you came from Realm News, but I subscribed to you, and I think you posted something about your birthday, but I might be wrong. Might be mistaking you for someone else. Nothing will bore you more than 50 minutes. Straight mining copper, yeah, for sure. Nothing will. I should have just left these spawners uncovered so I could like have battles while I was trying to mine, make it interesting for myself. Cool. Glad that it was pretty good, that your birthday stream was good, and again, happy birthday. Oh, Realism Craft. I'm not familiar with that. Is that like one of those, as the name implies, like things that turn all the blocks into crazy high definition textures and stuff? That's one area of mods that I have not really gotten into, but those are really interesting. The ones that change your world to look a lot more real as far as the world gen. Those are really cool looking. Not just the shaders, but I mean the actual mountains look more like mountains, and I think it increases the build height and you know, all that stuff. Rivers actually flow logically and all that stuff. Those are really cool looking. I don't know if that's what Realism Craft is, but I do have a passing interest in things like that. I started playing on Bedrock Edition. That was where I started my Minecrafting. My son, who is 11 years old, really wanted the game when he was 5. This is during COVID, so I buckled and got him the game, just like Pocket Edition, and ended up getting hooked myself. He's very well hooked as well, but he's an entirely different type of player than me. He gets into like PvP and parkour and all that stuff. Has zero interest in building. Yeah, Bedrock Edition is capable of so much cool legendary things that Java can't do. I don't know. Shots fired. I don't know. Java can do a lot. Yeah, for sure. I think that's actually what holds Bedrock back, and oftentimes, though, in some capacity, is that they try to support everything. So it does perform really well, though. You know, without all the optimization mods and stuff, it does perform really well right out of the gate. On a, you know, a nicer PC in comparison to Java. The reason I'm primarily, though, a Java player is things like Flashback mod and stuff like that, like Lightmatica, and you know, those things. It's a game changer for a content creator, a builder and a content creator, like Axiom, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not one of those like only one version matters, the other version sucks kind of thing. I've had good and bad experiences on both. Like I know the whole bug rock thing and stuff like that. I mean, I have definitely had weird deaths on Bedrock, but I've also had weird deaths on Java. So I think essentially it's such a complex code base that you're going to end up with weird stuff once in a while. Unexpected things. Boom. Yeah, it doesn't really have the client mods. They have a few, sorry, Birdie said, yeah, I don't think Bedrock has the client mods that Java does, if at all. Yeah, it's a whole different kind of infrastructure. They did bring in like the add-ons thing where you can actually bring add-ons into a world. And I think one of those really big mods was added. I can't remember what, but I don't think it was Axiom. One of those big like content creator mods was Create. That's what I was thinking. Not really content creator, but the Create mod was added, and that's huge. That was like I couldn't believe that they added that to Bedrock. I don't know how good it is. I don't know if it's like as high quality or as bug-free, I guess, as the Java version, but that is quite a mod to come over to Bedrock. Oh, I think Neon said, I think you might be talking about RL Craft, which is one of the hugest mod packs for Java that finally came to Bedrock to the marketplace recently. Yeah, I was thinking of Create mod, but that is another one that is a really big mod pack that got brought over. I mean, I understand if you're a mod maker and you're just dependent on like ad revenue from CurseForge or ModRenth. I mean, that's got to be rough. If you're actually trying to make a living at this, why not, if you can, make your mod sellable on the marketplace? Because that will be way better revenue-wise. And I'm all for that. Like, independent developers making money, by all means. Nothing wrong with that. Why did I come down here and not mind my way down? It was a dumb move. Or did I? Oh yeah, I did. It's on this side, that's why. Whoa, that was a dumb move. All right, here we go. Are you kidding me? I swear I'm alright at this game. Okay. All right, that should be enough. I'll come back for the rest later because I know I'm still missing like a few higher places. Let me light this place up too, just a touch more, because I don't want to come back and get my face eaten off by zombies. Where the heck does this lead? What is this? This is the weirdest thing. It's like a tunnel of copper that is completely covered with tough bricks. That's weird. That generation, man. World generation is so weird at times. All right. Neon, I'm just furious to see your... Wait, Neon Create mod is a mod that essentially turns the game into the industrial revolution. Yeah, it's like a steampunk kind of thing where you can make like all kinds of crazy contraptions and stuff. I'm just furious to see your... Not sure where you're going there. I am curious and wanting to hear your feedback. When do you think Minecraft Live will be, and what do you think will be a part? I'm not super great at keeping track. I think they have one usually in December, right? Maybe? November, December, something like that. They usually do 2 per year lately, right? And they're about an hour and a half or whatever. I think it's usually November or December. I want to say December, but I would assume it's going to be around the same time. As far as what they're going to announce, I have no idea. Mojang always surprises me. I mean, if you told me that they were going to like bring mannequins into the game like they're doing in the most recent snapshot, I would have just been like, what? No, they're not. What are you talking about? You know, it's just weird stuff that they're always doing. Weird mobs. You know, who knows? Who knows what they'll bring in? I did not expect them to bring in more copper stuff. I thought they were done with copper stuff. That's just shocking to me that they spent that much more time bringing in all these other copper things. Especially when they have so many blocks that have like not been touched forever. Like, I know this is a cliche thing to complain about, and I'm not trying to complain at all. But like, why don't we have copper, or sorry, why don't we have concrete stairs, walls, and slabs? Like, it's concrete. That should be that's like low-hanging fruit. Why? You know, obviously 16 different colors, so you know that would be quite a few variations, but geez, I mean, with copper now you have what, 4 variations through its oxidation cycle, and all those different variations with the grates and stuff. I mean, you're probably up to the count that concrete slabs, stairs, and walls would bring. So, but I don't know if they're ever going to do that. I don't know if like that's like interesting enough for them. You know, I just don't know. I don't know why. And I know you can bring it in through a mod. I know all that good stuff. What do we got? Sorry, I'm losing track of chat here. Oh, September, October time. Yeah, so, sorry. Yeah, so September, October. Last year, show happened in September 18th. Sorry, September 28th. They usually change it around. Yeah, wax as well. I personally want to stay out of it this time because I miss, oh, this is Birdie. Personally want to stay out of it this time because I miss being like 8 and being genuinely surprised when we get dolphins and all things. Yeah. Yeah, I still watch it with my son. Again, who's 11, so he has that wonder at times. He's into PvP and stuff, so when I remember when they announced the mace, oh man, he was just like thrilled. And it has completely transformed a lot of those folks that are super into PvP. It's a whole different ball game when you have a mace. Especially these guys that are like, there's this thing where you can swap your sword right when you hit somebody with your mace. I may have this incorrect, so I apologize. But yeah, you can swap your sword right when you hit somebody with a mace, and you'll get the power of the mace, but you'll also get like sharpness or something like that. I forget exactly how it works. Or maybe the attack speed or something like that. It's just this wild thing that these PvPers do, and it's like crazy. Like you can just totally wipe someone out without even getting that much height. Because I know if you're like super high in the air, of course you can wipe anybody out, wipe a warden out, but without even getting that high in the air. And I'm not even into PvP stuff, but it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. These people figure out these, you know, it's like the mechanic technical community meets the PvP community, and they figure out like the wildest things that you can do to kill people in Minecraft. Sorry, unalive people in Minecraft. Let's see. Wax as well. I personally want to stay. Okay, World of Color Update Part 2 is a must-have. Yeah, I fully agree, Birdie. Neon, I know one of my good friends really wants deal welding or offhand compatibility to Bedrock soon. Yeah, I'm still shocked that Bedrock doesn't have all the offhand capabilities that Java has. I understand why, you know, because of the whole, it's available, you know, on a tablet and Switch, and I almost called it Twitch. It's confused with my streaming. So I understand why, you know, it makes it a very complicated thing for user interface wise, but I'm still a little surprised that doesn't exist in, ooh, I'm gonna take these actually. That doesn't exist in Bedrock. Dual wielding would make me actually play Bedrock again. Oh yeah, that would be kind of sweet. That would be kind of sweet. All right. How do I get the heck out of here? I think is it through here? I don't think so. I'm gonna have to free cam. Yeah, I think this is just another room that I am not going to touch right now, I promise you. For those who've stuck around this long, I'm not gonna torture you. I think it's this way. I think it's under that vault. Ooh, left on my scaffolding. Not that I can't make a ton of this because I have a crazy bamboo farm. Wait, where did it go? There we go. Yeah, it's this way. I think it's downstairs or upstairs. I don't know, it's somewhere. I think it's downstairs. up an exit out of this room. In one of the corners. There it is. All right, let's head back, and then we will... I thought I heard this. I did hear a zombie, but I thought it was right in front of me. We'll head back to the main base, and then I will show you guys what I'm working on. We have about 35 minutes left. I might place a few blocks. Probably gonna just organize my inventory and... Oops, this way. And I'll show you guys my massive bridge, because I'm proud of it, and I think it looks really cool. Yeah, they do. They hold it back so much. I wish they never discontinued Council Edition. I am mad at Microsoft and Mojang for doing that. That was from Neon. Oh, sorry. Before that, you said does exist, but only small limited items can go there. Yeah. You can put a few things in there, but not a ton. Yeah, Pocket and Switch editions hold Bedrock back. Yeah, that's from Birdie. And hey, Leave Steve. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, you come back and you're in the same. I'm sorry. I'm getting out. I swear. I'm coming out. If I can find my way out. Where's all my torches? There. Okay. It's gonna be totally dark outside, isn't it? Whatever. Nope, it isn't. Alright, those are the towers that you really briefly, right over there are the towers. Turn off hitboxes. Alright, let me put a couple of these things away, and then I will show you guys what beastly build, massively crazy, insane build I am working on. Alright. Move those because I had a full thing. And let's just put these guys back. Sorry if I'm giving you if anyone's nauseous from how much I'm whooping around. Okay, I'm not gonna go and organize all that stuff because that's all just copper and tough. So let's go out here and I'll kind of show off what I got going on. All right, so these are the towers for one side. So there's a matching set on the other side. The bridge is very, very large. I forget the width, something like, I don't know, it looks like about 20 blocks or so. But I also have, each tower has 2 floors. And I'm gonna move my nether portal probably into one of these towers from its location right over here. So right now it's just sitting right there on the edge of the island. It's been there since day 1 on the server. But yeah, these two towers, and let me turn on rendering and let me adjust. Let's just show you the whole thing. So this is it. The whole thing doesn't even actually render because I have to fly over there to get Lightmatica to actually render. That's how large it is. So yeah, as you can see, lots and lots and lots of copper. Again, 350 blocks long. I don't know how high it is. Looks, I don't know, maybe about 75 blocks tall or something like that, just a guess. But it will connect my island right over here to the gaming district. So you can kind of see my tent over there that I built for the entrance, the nether portal for the gaming district. And there's also Scoot Board, which is a game that we just played yesterday, had our first tournament. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And as you can see, it's a beast. Fits in pretty well though. I have my creeper farm here, the coloring, the stone, and the tough bricks make it look fairly striking, and everything even brings in some of the design cues of the lighthouse as well. And yeah, I think that's actually the transitional, because a lot of stone here that I'm using, stone, tough, deep slate, darker grays, and then they go into the lighter grays, you know, starting the base here into the lighter whites rather, and then into the greenhouse. And obviously the greenhouse uses a lot of stone and tough right here to kind of give it that shading effect. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, holy beans, Randy. Holy beans is right. Are you excited for the Copper Age game drop, full drop? Yes, I am excited. I actually specifically built this little, God, that parrot freaked the hell out of me. I thought it was like a total, thought it was dead. Yeah, so I thought it was a creeper. I built these out of lightning rods because I do want these to oxidize. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The fact that these will oxidize is super exciting to me. I'm excited about what else? What else is in the Copper Age? God, I'm drawing a blank. Here, chat, tell me what's in the Copper Age. There's a lot more blocks. I know that. But yeah, I do build with copper a lot. I love the transitions, the oxidized to weathered. I even like raw copper as well. The orange color I think is a really, really cool texture, and I love, blending out everything between it. So yeah, long story short, I am very excited. This area is just a mob heaven. I basically created a mob spawner, so I put down a bunch of glow lichen to try to prevent it, and I also ended up creating some little mob channels in here that I had to put some glow lichen down to stop those guys. But yeah, even the underside of the yeah, let me turn it back on. This is me because I'm insane. I have problems. Let me hide myself so I don't get killed. But yeah, even the underside is completely decorated. So this will be a lot of copper, as you can see. I think just fully oxidized copper slabs alone, I have 2 shulker boxes in just this section of the build, just like this half of the archway. Over here, this looks so simple, but this took 7 or 8 shulker boxes full of supplies because of all the block variants. I just build with too much. I mean, it looks like, oh, you just have, some andesite and stone and stuff. It's like, no, you have, these are walls, and, these are full blocks, and then this, thing up here, it's just like, it's a lot. But when you kick on shaders, it's the coolest thing ever. Oh yeah, lanterns. Yeah, the lanterns coming in. That'll be cool. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, I love these 2 structures together. This one and this one. I think really is going to be a striking combination. And when you come across the bridge, just picture it right here. Kind of turn it on briefly. I didn't center this. It just didn't work out that it's centered. And I think that would look a little too matchy anyway. So you come across here, and when this light is on, it's just such a cool experience. Yeah, this is a functional lighthouse, by the way. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to organize my chests a little bit. I already have most of the, I think let's do, oh crap. Let me sleep. There's going to be mobs all over the place. I hate lighting up my base with a ton of torches, so mob spawning is an insane issue. However, we do have creeper griefing off and Enderman griefing off on the server, so it's really not the end of the world when mobs start spawning like crazy. This is all mob proof. The entirety of the bridge is mob proof. These lights, and I have some glow lichen hidden around. So no mobs will spawn on top of the bridge, but under the bridge when it hits land, like right over here, because I'm gonna have to build out the land, that will be a mob farm for sure. But I'll figure it out. I'll do some because I don't want to ruin anybody's time at the gaming district, so I'll put some glow lichen and all that stuff. But yeah, what else am I missing? Copper lanterns, copper torches, copper bars. Super excited about that because you can make rusty iron bars. And I build with iron bars quite a lot. So I'm already planning on, actually, I'll just kind of show you right here. I'm already planning on adding a little bit of rust into some of the sections in here. So this is my nursery, which actually serves as a bamboo farm, but all these little sections, all this stuff that's kind of scaffolding, almost, bracing that's holding up this structure, I'm gonna make it look rusty in certain spots. Like there's, moisture issues, like right here, like I added green glass and the mossy cobble to give you the impression that, maybe there was, I don't know, maybe people are overwatering this cherry blossom, and then it's, corroding this, but that is a perfect location for some of those copper bars. Copper torches, whatever, I can give or take. Copper chains, that'll be cool too. You can't really do the rust thing as well with copper chains, but it could be another opportunity to do things like this. So currently, when you build, something really tall like that, and you want like a little peak, a little antenna or something like that, might be an opportunity to add a copper chain rather than a black, dark iron chain. So stuff like that I'm very excited about. And copper golems, of course. I'm actually holding off on my storage facility. Right now I'm essentially living like a hobbit underground in this hole where all my storage is. You guys just got a sneak peek of that. All this crap. So I'm actually holding off how I'm going to organize this. I'm not going to use a filter system. I'm not going to do like, the traditional redstone's filter system. I just think they take up way too much room, and really they don't turn out good unless you build around them, build them first and build around them, in my opinion. So instead of that, I'm going to make use of the copper golem, but I'm not going to like put 20 of them in one 1x1 square block, area, and then have them work their butts off. Instead, I'm going to actually use them as Mojang like intends and have them roam around, kind of like both my bamboo farm and my sugarcane farm are alley collected. So the allays fly around and they collect all that stuff. And I find the speed totally fine. I am not one for like, it has to be super efficient and it has to be like super fast. So if I just have chests that are essentially on shelves similar to the shelves that I built over here. All right. Yeah, if I have if I have shelving units kind of like this, I'll be happy. So I'll make it in some way, whether it's a little staircase or whatever, so the copper golems can get up to both levels, and I'll spread them around, and each little unit or module will have like one copper chest, and then, the copper golem will distribute and everything. That's totally cool with me. I don't have to, again, have the most extreme efficient farm in the land. Like my sugarcane farm, which is, you can't sneeze at this. This is fairly big. I have the rocket shop on the server. That's why I built it so large. But it's just 2 allays in here. And when I turn this on, they keep up. They'll show you right now. They can do some business. They're fast. As long as you have a good hopper system set up, or hopper minecart kind of thing. I don't know why I just broke 2 glasses. As long as you have that situated. Is it this side or this side? This side. As long as you have it situated properly, you do not have to worry about the speed of allays. They will drop. They're faster. See, look at them. They're faster than the hoppers typically. You can and they'll never let things despawn because they just continually pick them up. And look at them go. Look at them go. And of course, this isn't a fully lossless farm. I fully understand that. But it's a heck of a lot cooler if watching these 2 little cuties fly around, cleaning up all your sugarcane, than having minecarts go back and forth under this whole operation and stuff. I think this is so much more fun and more Minecrafty and just really, really neat. I think they're almost already done. Anyway, so copper golems. I am going to use them as Mojang intended. This stuff is gonna start flooding in. Yeah, already. Oh yeah, it's coming from this side. All right. What else? I kind of wish copper golems and allays had some sort of interaction. I feel like people don't use allays enough. I agree. That's from Birdie in chat. Leave Steve. I go for speed when it's away from home stuff. I'm AFKing, but if it can happen at my base, it's cuter to have it happen in its own pace. Yeah, I fully agree. Given I am getting burned a little bit with that methodology, with that approach, with my my bee farm. I built my bee farm fairly small. I think it's only 5 or 6 hives. But yeah, with all this waxing that I'm doing, it's taken a while. I converted just 3 of these. As you can see right here, I converted just 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3 to shears. So I get honeycomb out of these 3. And I've been AFK for, I think, 2 nights. And this is the extent of it, so whatever. It's not the end of the world. Most of it was dedicated to honey blocks, because I had this idea of doing a redstone shop on the server, and then I was going to sell honey blocks because I think it's pretty important to redstone componentry to have honey blocks. All right, let's go. I'm gonna take a drink there. Let's go to my underground layer. Actually, first, let's turn on the proper layer so I have the proper inventory. All right, hide myself away, and then I think I had it on vertical, this, yeah, but it's on the x-axis, yes. All right, so this section is what I'm talking about. This section right here, 2 shulker boxes of planks of copper slabs, rather. Huh, I didn't realize I left this out here. Okay. I was wondering, I was like missing a bunch of scaffolding. I thought I just broke it and it despawned, but nope, it's right there. Okay. Well, I said this on the stream, and I just want to make sure that any strays, any people from the Astraea SMP that are watching, you are more than welcome to visit my base at any point in time. I just wanted to make sure that the impression of that I was like this solitude wanting hermit is not true, despite the rumors. So if you want to fly over and take a look at things and walk around and what have you, by all means. I mean, don't grief me, please, but by all means. Walk around, take a look. I am totally cool. Copy my trees, whatever you want to do. Okay. Alright, so this is the material gathering that I've so far done. This will change. Yeah. So I need a bunch of stone slabs, which is awesome because I have so much stone, it's not even funny. So what I need, 1 shulker box essentially of stone slabs. Alright, let's grab this. So I don't think I have an empty shulker box in these. Are all pretty much all full. Okay, let's grab all the stone slabs. So if I need 1 shulker box, that'll give me pretty close. Just stone slabs. What are you excited about, guys? You said copper golem. Birdie said I need green lights. The green lights will be kind of cool with the blue lights, with the blue lanterns and the soul lanterns and green lights. Now you could do some pretty convincing string lights, like kind of Christmassy, stringy, festive, street festival kind of lighting. So that'll be kind of sweet. Did I do that? I did that. Whatever, I got plenty of stone. It's not the end of the world. Just put that away. Pretend that didn't happen. No one saw that. All right. 1.4. So I need definitely 1. This is a lot tougher to do on stream, I'll tell you, everybody. For anyone who judges people who are like recording or streaming, like I would never make that mistake. Yes, you would. All right, so there's 13. And 1 extra. Always 1 extra, I swear. All right. I'm gonna have to go to Birdie's shop and get more shulkers. I'll just keep that in here for right now, though. And a site slab. That is probably where I'm gonna run into problems. So 17 stacks. Yeah, because that'll be essentially 8.5. It's gonna be pretty much all of this. Birdie, I'm excited for surprises. They tend to sneak 1 or 2 fun things and updates that they don't tell us about beforehand. I agree. That is the best part about it. Instead of complaining about like concrete slabs and stairs and all that stuff, it's like just be optimistic that they're probably gonna add something that's gonna be insanely wild, but so Minecrafty, Slabs. Slabs. Did I? Oh, I'm crafting it instead of doing this. Doesn't really matter when you needed that many. All right, so 2. So 2 more stacks. Does anybody sell andesite on the server? I don't think they do. Ah, that sucks. All right, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to go to Birdie's shop and buy more shulkers. I mean, I'll empty these guys out for right now, but Birdie's in the chat right now, so that's why I keep on saying that I'm gonna go to his shop. And shulkers, or sorry, tough. Chiseled and polished. Really? Not even polished? Okay. Alright. That's 1 empty, so that'll be good. Cold might sell? Is that his, what do you call it? The, jack-o'-lantern looking thing that he sells it out of? Cold Steam is another player on the Astraea server, and we're talking in the chat that questioning who actually sells andesite, if anyone does. If not, I think there's recipes for all the alternative stone blocks. Yeah, there is. I think it's quartz, right? I think it's quartz and cobble, or is that diorite? Diorite and cobble. I don't think I have that much diorite either, though. I guess I do have a bit. Alright, let's just make 3. Which I think this is going to make, get up there. I think this is going to make 6, I think. If I'm correct. Yeah, 1, 2, yep. Alright, let's just make 4 for right now. I always forget that those recipes exist. Alright. If you want shulkers, I have a stack of shells at my base. No, you don't, Steve. That's between Leaf, Steve, and Birdie. Birdie sells the shulkers, so yeah. Yeah, quartz and cobble, yep, thank you. It was diorite and cobble, but yep, close enough. Quartz and cobble, I think, does diorite. But yeah, whatever. It's good. We're good. What do I need? Let me pick up what I have so I don't make too much. So all I need is... Come on. Update. Oh, it is 17. Really? It's still that much? Let me confirm that. No, something's... Oh my... Oh, that's the stone. Never mind. Where did I put the andesite? Oh, I put it back. Oh, you fool. Okay, yeah, 2. Just 2 stacks plus 9. Now let's do 2 stacks plus 9. Boom. Alright, so put 1 back and... What? 2 stacks, you jackwagon. I made 1 stack. Okay. I love that I'm doing this, you know, live in person for, you know, everyone to judge. The stone slabs, so these are gonna get mixed up with these. Yeah, that's fine. That's gonna be a pain when I'm building, but whatever, I'll figure it out. Alright, what do we got in chat? That's what I meant, yeah, the recipe. Would you guys use resin blocks if I sold them? I made a small farm, but I'm trying to decide if I should make the larger one I designed. I wouldn't personally. I already have a supply right over here from this dude. And how did that get in there? That's all I really need. I don't really use it that much, so I just once in a while at night I'll hit that guy a couple times and gather. But somebody else might. I'm not sure. Birdie, I probably wouldn't, considering how vibrant they are compared to other blocks, and I'm sure some people would. I did use not the resin blocks, which obviously you can get the resin from the resin blocks, you know, because it compresses and decompresses. I did use them for this like little citrus tree, little orange tree out here, and I used them for my honey farm to kind of look like, make it look like honey was like spilling and, you know, falling on the ground and stuff like that. And over here, I think, yeah, just a couple little spots where the honey is splattered. So that's about it, though. I don't really think I'd be building with it in any sort of higher quantity that I would need a ton. Deep slate tile wall, 64. That's super easy. So I already have a few. Two. So I can put one of these away. No, two of these away. Keep on thinking they're slabs. All right. What am I saying? I'm just totally brain farting here. 7 stacks, you fool. You know, 1. Man, I gotta go back down the mines and get more deep slate now. I swear. Yeah, this is all the cabling. And 50. Fair enough. Well, there you go. Someone might use resin to do an orange tree once or twice in their entire life, and probably never again. Thanks, Birdie. Thanks. Leave Steve. By the way, Randy, I have you in my earphones, but I'm not watching the whole time, so I only know if you mess up when you announce it. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I haven't messed up at all. I don't even know what you're talking about. Alright. I think I'm really gonna have to go and get more shulkers at this point. I mean, I still have these, but I don't think I can really empty those out. They're totally full. Yeah, and I don't even want to empty them out, in all honesty. I'm gonna organize it a little bit more, though. Get all these blocks out. That's gonna fill it up and some. That's awesome, though. Oh, this is a mix between waxed and unwaxed, though. That's the unfortunate part. Or at least these are all unwaxed as well. I think that's all I have left is unwaxed. Really. Oxidized. Alright. That should be enough for this section at least. This all oxidized? Yes. Alright, and this is all non-stuff. I didn't really do much here. I might as well just put it right back. Yeah. It's not really gonna help me. Organizationally, it's not going to help me. I was thinking that these are all waxed, but I was incorrect in my assessment. Alright. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Alright. Well, I need more shulkers. Alright. Birdie, you have shulkers, right? this is the nether roof. This is where we all have our portals. And I'm flying toward the shopping district where we all have our shops. I have a rocket shop. I'm heading to Birdie's, who's a player on the server, heading to his skulls, wither skulls, and shells. I think shells and skulls is what he calls the shop. Skulls and shells. Okay, and I'm opposite. Shulker shells, only 1 diamond at a time. Check barrel, repeat. Is it only 1 diamond for 1 shulker shell? I guess I'll find out. 2. 1 diamond for 2, but I only do 2 at a time, or 1 diamond at a time. That tells you everything you need to know. New recipe unlocked. I have only been gifted every shulker box I've had on this server, obviously. I didn't want to admit that, but now I have to. Alright. I think I'm just gonna get 10. It's 2 per shulker, right? And then you do a chest in them or something like that. I just forget the recipes for everything. Whatever. Alright, let me check the stock of the rocket shop too, just to make sure we're full. I think I just checked this yesterday, we'll probably be fine, but sometimes someone will come in and just like buy me out. Alright, we're good. People were stealing from you, Birdie? From the... that sucks. I mean, hopefully those people are no longer on the server. I know we've had a little bit of a griefing and stuff like that a few months back, so hopefully all that is in our past. Alright, only a few more minutes left, so I'm just gonna make these, gosh darn it. It's always night. I'm gonna make these, shulker boxes and then, call it quits, I think. See you, Steve. Thank you so much for sticking around the stream. Boom, 5. Now I am not going to run short of these guys for a little while at least. Alright. Okay. I think that's going to be it for me. Let me sleep really quick just so not a ton more mobs spawn. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me. Again, oh, sorry. Again, I'm Randy Bishop. This has been my live stream from Astraea SMP. I know it has been a pretty chill one. Not much happened, and you know, hey, sometimes that's what happened. Again, I just streamed yesterday a 3-hour tournament for a game that I made called Scoopboard. So bear with me. But yeah, thank you so much for contributing to chat. Thank you so much for attending the stream, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. See ya.